Hey YouTube, I wanted to catch you up on what I've been carrying the last month and a half. Purchased a few more Striders. I've been on a Strider kick and has basically just exclusively have used these three knives uh, for my main carry. Um, Last knife I showed you that was a Strider was this one that I purchased. It's the dual gunner grip. It is, you can see here, CPM 154. It's one with the new lockup, and there's been some mixed feelings out there about Strider's new lockup. There's a few videos out there just, wondering if it is an improvement or not. Some people have said that they've had blade play even with the new lockup right away, but I only can talk about my experience, and I can say that after carrying these for a month and a half, using these, I am very pleased with the lockup on these knives. I've had Striders before in years past, and the reason I got rid of them was because of the up and down play, or the lock rock, as people call it. I was not happy with that at all, and so ended up just getting rid of all my Striders. And then when I heard they were coming out with the new blade geometry, or the lock geometry, I decided to jump on board and pick this one up. And you can see how there's no radius right there, as far as almost a concave on the lock up there. It's more flat, similar to the Chris Reeve knives, and a lot of other frame locks or Chris Reeve integral locks. When I purchased this knife, it did have a little bit of it was a little sticky, and it took a while of just continually flipping that out and playing with it, and now that's completely gone. What I'm impressed with is I can't even push the lock bar over anymore. It's very solid, and you can see the percentage there of lockup. It's I think it's a little shy of 50%. It's in great position, and it's not going anywhere. And I know there's people that say that just give it time. It's gonna start having play on you. But you know what? That may be the case, and I'm gonna keep using it, and I'll let you know if it does. But I'm more than pleased with the improvements that they've made in this lock, and I don't think this is. Some people have said that you have a higher chance of it failing on you. I don't know. I'm not using this in a as an intense situation where I'm going to worry about that, but I don't see any difference than any of the CRK knives that I own. It seems just as solid, and more than pleased with it. Second purchase was this. I stepped up to the big brother, the SMF SNG here, and then basically the exact same knife, except this one has the S35VN, which I know some people don't like, but I'm more than pleased with the steel. Basically the same knife though, as far as the stonewash blade. And what they do on these dual gunner grips is it looks like they sandblast the back side after they do the milling in of the little craters there, and then it looks like they somehow polish it, or almost antique the raised parts of it. They're going to brush it. I don't know if they actually tumble it or what, but so the inside little craters there stay sandblasted, where the outside has that worn look, which is a really appealing look to me. This one, as you notice, and I don't know why they do this, but this one had a stonewash clip, and the SMF came with a blasted clip. So I don't know if they just, if there's a rhyme or reason to that. Maybe some of you know, or if they just pick them out of a bin and decide to go with one or the other, or if it depends on the steel. They just do one or the other. I'm not sure. So if any of you know that, let me know. But very smooth as well. This one, after some breaking in. Definitely couldn't ask for a better knife. This one has a slight blade centering. It's off a little bit. You know, for some reason it doesn't bother me. It would on probably a CRK knife or some other knife, but I don't know. This is such a tank of a knife. It's not. It's away from. It's not on the lock bar side, so I'm pushing away from it. So there's no blade rub at all. It's minor. So you know, there are some issues still with Strider as far as some fit and finish. If you're absolutely worried about that kind of stuff, you need to, you know, do your research and find one that's not going to is going to be to your liking. I picked this one at a local knife store and was able to pick out of about 4 or 5 knives and pick this one. So I was able to find one that was perfectly centered. This one, even though I asked the owner about blade centering, he said it was, and it came like this. So to each his own. I guess some people think one is centered, one is not. It didn't bother me enough to fight about it. I like the knife and I'm happy with it. You know, but this one, actually, after close inspection, you can see right there when I got it, there is a little bit of blemish on the stonewashing, a little scratch. I mean, that's what the stonewashing is, scratch. But this is one that's actually like a little. You can actually feel it with your fingernail, a little bit of a gouge. Like I said, it doesn't really bother me with the Strider knives. They're meant to be used, and that doesn't bother me at all. So, but just to keep you aware that it's not quite the. I don't think the quality of CRK even yet, although I think it's they've really stepped up their game from past years. And then I like the SNG so much, I actually wanted to pick up this CC version, concealed carry. You can see here, I really like the feel of the smooth G10. And you've got the stonewash. You can see I'm more of a stonewashed type of guy. I'm not too big into the stripes, although I think they're cool. But just for me, I'm more of a stonewashed, a little more conservative type of guy, I guess you would call it. But really happy with this knife as well. This one better on the centering. This one is CPM 154 as well. They're stamping a lot better than they used to be. Really clear, crisp. Very smooth. There is no on any of these knives. I mean, after a little bit of break-in period, and there is still a break-in period with the newer versions, and that's, I don't know. I kind of enjoy that. I kind of enjoy buying a new knife. This one wasn't quite new, although the original owner had it for like a week, I believe. So it wasn't broken in yet, but it's kind of fun to actually break in your knives and just to be able to know that it's smooth because of your using and playing with them, and you just get them to where you like them. I still need to get a tool for these. I know you can make your own, but I'd like to get one of those little keychain tools for the pivot and to mess around with that a little bit. It doesn't seem like they're using Loctite as much as they did. I don't know. I've just by playing with it a little bit with my fingers, it almost looks like it's. I know in the past you'd have to put an iron or a soldering iron or something to the pivot itself to loosen the Loctite. It doesn't seem like they're doing that these days. I could be wrong, but really liking these knives. I'm not going to be collecting Striders, and you know, I'm not into that. I had 3. Maybe this is to some collecting Striders, so but I'm not gonna go crazy on these. There's a couple more I'd like to try out. I'd like to try out a Lego version. I had a Lego before, SNG, a black SNG that I liked. I like the grippiness. That's one thing about this is I don't quite feel as secure with the Slick G10, even though it's really nice in the pocket. Slips in and out easily. This one, as people say, can tear your pocket up. You do have to. I lift the end of the clip to get it out of my pocket just to make it a little easier now and then. But man, is it a secure grip. I I don't have any doubt that I have a hold of this knife, especially when you're opening it, kind of the middle finger flip. Oops, that wasn't very solid, but you can see that I have no doubt that that knife's going to be in my hand. This one, I kind of, although it works great and it's super smooth, you kind of wonder if it's going to fly out of your hand just because it's so slick. But I like it. I like it a lot. I like the look of that stonewash backside, lock side. I think it looks really nice. I do like the flamed titanium. I wouldn't mind giving that a shot. I like the look at that. It's definitely a Strider. I think you see those, you think Strider. I like that with a stonewash. I wouldn't mind trying one of those in a Lego possibly. I like the Ranger green, as you can see. It's probably my favorite color of these knives. Although the Coyote brown, or the color that they have, is appealing to me as well. The Baby Huey is one I actually would like to try as well. A little bit, they're smaller. Actually, it's not a lot smaller than the S&G, but the blade stock's a lot thinner, and I think it would make a lot better slicer. Wouldn't mind trying that. But anyways, this is kind of what I've been using and playing with the last month and a half, and I just wanted to share that with you. And I hope everyone is doing well. Been enjoying videos out there that you guys are producing, and I hope to get some more vids up here real soon. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.